What's up, and welcome back to another episode of Campfire Convos. As promised, I got my buddy Hurt with me from college. Say what up, Hurt.
What up, guys?
Hey, and we have some very interesting topics to cover today. I'm going to try to keep this upbeat as I can, but there's probably going to be times throughout this episode where it gets a little bit deep. So I apologize in advance if that's not what you're here for, but it's something I got to talk about, and I think it's a message that we both want to share very passionately. So, full disclaimer, we are not a political podcast, we are not a religious podcast, but both of those things will be touched on at least a little bit today, and that's all I got for that. But before we get into the full episode, we are sitting on the Cliq chairs, classic 2.0s, sitting around the Solo Stove, and our beer sponsor for today is the Brew Bank in Ridgeway. But my buddy Hurt here doesn't drink, so we're going to drink out of some Meanderin water bottles.
Absolutely.
So,
cheers to that, bro.
If you want one of these, check the link in the description, we'll get you one.
Go snag yourself one. Snag yourself a hat, too.
Hey, shameless plugs. Love it, love it. But that's all we got for the intro. Let's jump right into it. Actually, before you watch this, if you have not already, check out the introduction video we have for Hurt. That asks some basic questions just so you get to know him a little bit better. That way we can skip the, hey, who is this, how are you doing kind of part, and just get into a little more serious stuff. But I think that's all I got for the intro.
I like that adjustment, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. That little intro first before the podcast. I think it's clutch. Kind of just what I was saying whenever we were breaking was like that gave me time to kind of fit in, like sink into topic and the vibe and everything. So it's definitely a cool adjustment.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you feel? You said you liked the area out here. You feeling pretty cozy?
Oh my gosh, I love this. Yeah, yeah. It don't get no better than this. I mean, whenever I asked you how much land you own and you told me, I was like, whoa, that's goals right there, bro. Like I wanna be secluded. I just want to be able to go out and into my land and pray and blast, Christian music and stuff like that, and not have to worry about bothering anybody, and not have to worry about anyone bothering me. So yeah, this is sweet.
Yeah, that second part is a little extra nice.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about anyone coming up and getting in your space or whatever. Right. But I'm glad you like it. Yeah. When's the last time you sat around a fire?
Probably Memorial Day weekend up at camp. I'm actually going up this weekend for my bachelor party. So
shit.
Yeah, I'm getting married October 25th.
Hell yeah, congratulations.
So I think Marissa told me today 41 days or something like that. So
closing in.
Closing in. It's getting there, man.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah, we're super excited. I'm excited to get it over with, because there's definitely a lot that goes into it. Thankfully, I don't have to do a whole lot. Marissa kind of got all that handled, which is nice, but it's definitely, like, I see it weighing on her, So, yeah, I'm excited to kind of tie the knot and keep on moving forward. So, it's gonna be a fun day.
That's so cool.
She goes out for things like this, she goes all out. You should have saw my boy's Rocco, his first birthday party. Rookie of the Year theme. She had peanuts and Cracker Jacks. She had walking tacos. She had like a baseball field for like the walking tacos and everything like that to get the toppings, the lettuce, the tomatoes, everything was kind of in like a baseball field shape. She killed it.
That's so cool, dude.
So she got some cool things planned for this wedding. It's not going to be traditional. It's going to be she wants the people to have fun. So she's going to let them have some fun.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Congratulations first off.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's exciting time in life,
It is.
It's a big step.
It is.
I feel like a lot of people see that as like well, I don't know about some people. I see it as like you're an adult. You're settled, you're an adult.
Right.
I mean, obviously we're adults before that usually, but
you get a little bit more respect.
Yeah.
You're in the classification of adult now.
Yeah.
Either you're getting married or you have a kid, now you're considered an adult.
Yeah.
But that's not it. That's not it.
Well, I want to dive into a couple things with you. As I'm sure everyone else knows, and I know everything that's happened this last week has been a lot. I think it's going to take us a lot of conversation, so I'm going to say something to our sponsors super quick, just because I don't want to disrupt the flow once we start talking. And I apologize in advance to you and to our viewers. I'm not an emotional guy.
Yeah.
I've been very emotional this week. I've been very just like heart in your throat. You just want to cry for no reason, just all the time. Yep. So I'm pretty sure I could keep it together, but we'll see how that goes.
Hey, if it happens, man, it happens. I'm a pretty emotional dude, honestly. Marissa just walked in on me tearing up a little bit this morning, so there's times that I tear up. I get it, dog.
All right.
I get it.
Okay, so this is our Buy a Log sponsor. If you'd like to keep the fire going, check the link in the description. Keep us rolling. This one was purchased by Bob, aka Boomer. So, Bob, thank you very much. I appreciate you. And we're going to actually throw you on 2 logs just so we keep rolling for a little bit longer than normal.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll get going here in a minute. But, okay. So, I don't know about you. Charlie Kirk, to me, was a guy that I saw on social media. A lot of the times when I saw his videos, it was more of a funny thing. Like, oh, he's you know, basically not roasting, but roasting would probably be the best fit, but college students who are contradicting themselves. That was majority of what I saw from Charlie Kirk. There was obviously a lot of religious undertones in what he said, and a lot of his arguments were reinforced without religion in mind. But since the assassination, I'm just going to say it as it is, because there's no point in sugarcoating, I guess.
No, absolutely not.
But since the assassination, I've seen so much more of his religious side of everything. And I knew he was religious. Like, I knew, you could tell how he kept himself, that he was a religious person. But to see the depth of that belief was inspiring and frustrating at the same time.
Why frustrating?
Just because I would say, I don't know if frustrating was the best word to use there, but as far as the frustration with it goes, I would say it frustrated myself.
Okay.
Because he was 31, I'm 30.
I'm turning 30 next year.
And he has such a strong drive and belief in himself and in what he was doing and what he stood for, and I don't think I have that.
Yeah.
Or I didn't. I don't feel like I did. I want to, but and maybe inspiring was a better word there, because it doesn't make me dislike him. It makes me want to be more like him.
Right.
And that's not something I have very often. I don't envy people. I don't look up to a lot of people. I want to pave my own path. My dad has been my overall role model for my whole life. Like,
right.
Like, he's not perfect. I understand that. I take what I as a person believe in, and I make that myself, or my own. And then the parts that I don't like, I just don't do, right? But there's not many people who come along where I can look at and be like, where's the flaws?
Yeah.
Like, we're people, so everyone has flaws.
Everyone,
and I'm sure we don't see the things that were wrong with him, right? But the impact that he had and the message that he gave over and over and over again is just, it's not something that I can recall seeing in my lifetime.
Right.
Like, I can't recall someone with so much conviction, so pure of a heart from what I've seen, right? Like, obviously you don't see all behind the scenes,
right.
but everything I've seen of this dude has been like pure.
Yeah.
Like, why this dude? But anyways, I said all that to ask you, what is your view of Charlie Kirk? Or what was your view of Charlie Kirk?
Kind of like you. I really haven't seen much of him. I started probably getting into him about 4 months ago. He was popping up on my Facebook feed a lot. And like you said, it was a lot of like just having, liberals or something like trip up on their words or something like that. And it was funny. But then I definitely started to see, it wasn't, and you said you haven't started to see like his religious ones until after his death. Mm-hmm. I was starting to see them before his death. And like, honestly, I'm inspired by him, you know, and that was definitely one of the reasons why I was happy that you had me on the podcast, like right whenever, you know, post Charlie Kirk assassination, because, you know, he was somebody that I looked up to in a very short amount of time. He has goals, he has dreams, and if you know me, I have a lot of goals, I have a lot of dreams. I was raised in a Christian family, a family where, you know, my dad always went to church and kind of dragged me along, even though sometimes whenever I was younger, I didn't want to go. I'd sleep through the services and stuff like that. But, I mean, his biggest thing is put God first, you know. And I wanna put that into my family and my son. So honestly, like, that's inspiring to me, because somebody that's just so bold that will go out and talk about something that's so shunned in the world, which it is very shunned, and I'm seeing a lot more college kids going to, you know, Christian concerts. They're going, my niece, she's in college, she got Bible studies. One of the high school kids that I train, he's going to Bible studies weekly. Like, even though all the darkness that's going on right now, the girl getting stabbed on the bus, the school shooting, you know, Charlie Kirk's assassination, the school shooting that happened the day of Charlie Kirk's assassination that kind of got pushed to the side. You know, there's so much darkness that's going on right now, but at the same time, and I made a Facebook post about it, and I got a lot of love, so I appreciate you guys that love the Facebook post. But I'm also seeing a lot of light. I'm seeing a lot of people that are, even like yourself, you said you went to a church, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
First time in how long this week? Oh. Like, I said it on the podcast, I don't think Charlie Kirk would have saved the number of people that he wanted to save while being alive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's so hard to say, but God uses people like him. And it's inspiring. And that's what makes me want to, you know, come out and start talking about it more. I've been pretty lukewarm for a long time. And I want to stop. I want to stop. I want to start preaching the gospel. I want to start bringing people closer to Jesus. He's an inspiration, man. He's an inspiration. Sorry.
Nah, dude, don't be sorry at all. I'm sure we're going to take turns about that.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Podcast. Absolutely.
But it was a smoke in your eye. I saw that. It's going.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Trying to dodge it out here.
It should be going away in a second.
Yeah, it's all right. If you're sitting around a fire and you're afraid of a little bit of smoke getting in your eye, don't sit around the damn fire. Yeah, for real. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think inspiration is the agreed upon word there. Where, like you said, it's igniting a fire in you, and I think that links me back to that frustration that I felt. Is like, I care about my business, right? Like, I care about getting people outside. I care about people coming together. I care about giving people advice, or like letting people, like a lot of the podcasts, I don't know how many episodes you've been able to watch, if any, but a lot of it is friends and family, and I want to give them a voice to give their advice to the people out there. Yeah. Like, I've had my dad, my aunt, my uncle, friends, and all that stuff. Yeah. But the people I've chosen have been for a reason, and it's because I've had conversations with them where maybe one thing out of the conversation they've said has hit me in a nerve that has changed something in me. Yeah. And if I can let them tell their whole story, maybe there's other people out there who may, even if it's one little thing that hits that nerve with one person, it's worth it. Because what's it take me? I love doing this. I love having, I sit around the campfire so much. It's the excuse to sit outside. Yep.
And have a beer if you're having, a podcast with somebody who drinks a little bit more, maybe. Exactly. So sorry about that one.
Dude, I'm also working on the whole, like, I don't need to drink to have fun
Yeah,
because I was
true.
on that for a little bit.
Yeah,
And granted, I like having a beer here and there just to like chill, but I want to be very certain that I'm not like, I don't need a beer. Like,
Right.
it's not like, oh, I had a hard day, I need a beer.
Right.
It's like, you know what, I'm chilling, I want one.
Right.
But,
Absolutely.
but yeah, no, it's just, it's been a passion to give people voice, but there hasn't been too much direction with that voice.
Yeah.
And what I want this to be is, and I mean, obviously I didn't fucking want this to happen.
Right.
But this terrible thing that's happened, I'm going to use it as fuel.
Yeah.
You know,
you should.
I've censored myself so many times. I have
Yep.
a lot of friends who are very, very far either direction that I would consider myself relatively in the middle, right?
Middle of the road
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
So I've censored myself so much because I'm not going to get political.
Right.
This particular thing, I don't feel like it's political at all.
Right.
Right? I don't give a shit if it's far left, far right. I don't give a shit where you fall into that category.
Evil.
If you are a nonviolent person doing nothing but giving your words and encouraging others to give theirs,
Yep.
and you're murdered,
Yep.
unacceptable.
Yep.
Unacceptable.
Yep.
And if you are going to cheer for that happening, fuck you. That's as simple as it goes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. And I've said this before, I will say it again for all of our sponsors, all of our listeners. If you have a problem with that, let me know. I'll send you your money back. I'll send you all the stuff you've sent me back. I will not
Can't
partner.
stand for it no more, man.
Dude, I won't.
Can't stand for it no more.
You know, when this happened before, everyone's talking like cancel culture, right? Like, oh, the right is doing cancel culture now. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Cancel culture is when you say something politically incorrect and people say, I don't like what you said.
Yep.
We're going to ruin your business.
Right.
These are consequences.
Yeah.
This is you being, in my opinion, and in overall values, a shit person. If you're going to cheer for someone who dies, that's not acceptable.
And like, I kind of feel bad saying this, but like, if they killed the guy that killed him, I might cheer. You know, there are definitely certain stipulations and everything. Like, this is a man that, you know, believer in Jesus Christ. You know, even if he wasn't, like, he wasn't harming anybody.
Yeah.
You know, he was going out there. He was trying to be a good man. He was letting people just like think and talk for themselves and like do what the government, you know, just stand for what you want to stand for, you know, right or wrong. And he was there to just battle it and like, and talk about things.
Yeah.
So, and for him to be murdered because of that,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So I want to touch on something you just said, because I know there's going to be people listening who are going to be like, oh,
Yeah.
you're being a hypocrite. No, it's not hypocrisy.
No.
You have over here, you have Charlie Kirk, who is fully nonviolent.
Yep.
Has never physically hurt someone in that realm that we know of.
Right.
I mean, maybe there's a fist fight in middle school. I don't fucking know.
Right.
But you have someone who is a nonviolent person speaking words that you don't like, and you kill him. Problem. Over here, you have someone who physically took someone else's life. Fuck that person.
Yep.
And this is, a lot of people go to the another video I've been seeing, or opinion I've been seeing a lot of, is like the pro-life for like abortion.
Abortion,
And
yeah.
I don't want to get into the topic.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, how can you be pro-life for abortion, but pro-death penalty?
Right.
I'm pro-death penalty.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stipulations with this. If you are 100% certain this person did this thing, be gone.
Be gone.
Like, you did this terrible thing that harmed another human being.
Yep.
Your value is now run out.
Yep.
If you mess up, there's like, okay, you steal something, you can be forgiven. You hurt someone else, you can be forgiven. But you take another life, there's one thing in this world, and I don't know if thing is the right word to use for it, but being, I guess, would be the best word. There's one being in this world that can forgive that.
Yeah.
He's up there.
Yep.
Everyone else,
Yep.
let him decide.
Yep.
Because I'm not taking a chance as a human being. I'm not taking a chance of letting this other person out in the streets to know if they're truly repenting for their sins, or
Right.
they're truly sorry for what they did.
Yeah, the one guy was let out like 14 times or something like that.
Yeah.
The guy that stabbed the Ukraine girl. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
How many chances are you gonna give?
Yeah. I ain't giving shit.
I ain't giving nothing.
No.
And like one guy I listened to, Andy Frisella, Go listen to him if you haven't. He has great podcasts. He's helped me a lot with like my mindset stuff and business and everything like that. But he started probably like 10 years ago getting into a little bit more political, you know, because he saw where things were going literally that long ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's like, I've been telling you motherfuckers. He's like, when are you guys going to start listening to me? You know, these people, like, we need to stop handing out the participation trophies. Not everybody's a winner. You don't get that many second chances. Like, this guy needs to go. Like, these people need to go.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry if you have a mental problem, but that's a life right there that, you know, he got 2 kids. He fulfills his responsibilities. He probably pays his taxes. He probably does all the right things. And then you got somebody who wants to, you know, just live off the government, chill at their house all day, and then you have depression, and you have, get out of here, man. Yeah. Everybody's depressed. Life's fucking hard.
Yeah.
You know, life's hard. Everybody got shit going on, man. I just went through a whole bunch of shit, which is why, one of the reasons why I'm like, I need to get closer. I need to hold on to that vine just a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, man. It's crazy to take an innocent life like that and to continue to let this shit go on. If we were to take those people who just did those 3, let's just say those last 4 incidents in the past, 4 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Take those people, unfortunately, murder them, same shit that they just did to somebody else. Watch how quickly the craziness comes to a halt.
When you know that's your repercussions, you're going to think about that a lot more.
Yeah. People that are scared of their parents. I was scared of my parents. More so my mom than my dad, you know, but like, I didn't want mom and dad to find things out because I knew the repercussions, and like, I knew if I did it and they did find out, like, I was in for it, man. You know, I pushed a kid in school, or I bullied somebody in school. Like, my mom's not calling the teacher like parents do now. You know, she's not yelling at the teacher. She's yelling at me. Like, we don't do that now. I keep on saying it to Marissa and everybody else. Like, I feel bad for my son. You know, like, he's going to have a hard time. I'm sorry, Rocco. Like, whenever you watch this, you know, whenever you get a little bit older, bud, it's going to be hard for you, but it's because I love you. It's because I love you.
I think that's the thing that so many people miss, is I'm not hard on you because I don't care. I'm hard on you because I do care.
Dude, we played college ball together. You know our coach.
I knew that fucker.
He was not an easy coach to play for.
No.
He was not. He was hard as shit.
He was, by all definitions, a fucking asshole.
Yeah, and you hated him.
But he had
all the time. He got your back, and guess what? He's gonna fucking win.
Yeah.
He's gonna win. And what do we want to do? I want to win. I don't want to be a loser.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be a loser. I run through neighborhoods so that way I see that shit. So that way I don't have to be you know what I mean? Like, I don't want this for myself. I need to step it up. I need to keep going. Whenever I'm going through a hard time, I run through a tough neighborhood. I'm like, shit. All right, I don't got it that bad. Let's keep moving. You know, I don't want to end up that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was hard, man. But it was because he wanted to win and because he loved us.
Yeah, he wanted you to be the best you could be.
Yeah, and he definitely brought out the best me.
Oh, yeah.
He brought out the best me. I would not be the person that I am today without that man.
Yeah.
I would not.
I agree. And there were, like you said, there's times you fucking hated him.
Oh, my God.
Those hard conversations. I can think of a couple conversations where I'm just like, in the moment, I'm like, fuck this dude, fuck this dude, fuck this dude. And then looking back, I'm like, oh, it was for a reason. And don't get me wrong, there's still things where I'm like, I'm salty about how it worked out.
Bro, you're never going to love everybody nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect.
Funny, super quick story off of that. When I was visited by LaRoche to, like, scouted, right? They came in and they wore their championship ring or whatever, and I'm like, all right, cool. And at that time, I was talking to some D1, smaller D1s, and then some D2 schools. And he said, hey, listen, you go D2, probably go D1. You come D3, I can't promise you're going to play, but you're going to win. I was, he said that, and I'm like,
you won
sold.
every year you were there,
Sold.
right?
I did. Yeah. We ended up 4 championship rings, World Series appearance.
Yeah, I was there for I think it was the 4-peat.
Yeah.
The 4-peat that you were on, and then the 5-peat.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was the last year, right? The year after me, I think, was the last year they won, and then it dropped off.
Yeah, and then it dropped off because he left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been dropped off, I believe.
But. Yeah, no, they're not doing that well. Yeah. But that's a different story.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was, hey, do you want to go to a big school, or do you want to be pushed to win? I'm like, okay, I want to be pushed to win. To win. And that was the best decision I think I could have made. Yeah. Like, I would have had a very different life at a bigger school, but I wouldn't have met the people I met. I wouldn't be sitting here with you today.
Right.
So I don't regret that at all. But it does circle back to that. You make your decision, and now you're dealing with this guy who, he's going to be hard on you.
Yep.
But I know one thing he ain't going to do. He ain't going to give you a participation trophy.
Nope.
So, like, you know, you don't get your runner-up shit. You're ready to play or you're not. And that was it.
Yeah, man, but I mean, going back to it's just tough love, you know. That's what it's all. There's repercussions to the actions that you take. You touch a hot stove, you're gonna get burnt. You know, you kill somebody, and you're gonna be put on the death penalty. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, and who am I, right? Because God's a man of second chances. So who am I to say, like, okay, you know, maybe he straightens out this time. But like, when's enough?
Yeah.
You know, 14 times is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's way too many.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people could agree on that one too. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I know 14 times. I've heard that over and over again, but I don't know what the 14 times were. I don't know if they were like what each charge was. I don't know if all of them were violent. I don't know that part. But
yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, there's some shit.
Yeah. And I feel like this is going to get us on a fucking tangent, but I think that and a lot of the other issues we've had relates back to mental health more than it does violence in general. Yeah. And
the mind.
What's that?
The mind.
Yeah. I feel like that's a topic that a lot of people don't want to have because
it's hard.
It's hard. It's different for literally every single person dealing with it.
Yeah.
Nothing's cookie cutter for fixing it.
Nope.
And as of current, there's nothing institutionally set up to help fix it on the scale that it needs.
Right.
So what are you going to do? Like, just say, oh, hey, go out and admit, like, hey, there's this problem that affects, say, 25% of the population that makes them potentially dangerous, but we don't have anything to do with it. So good luck until we figure it out.
Right.
You can't say that.
No.
So what are your options? I guess is, you know, a president, Congress, Senate, whatever it is. What are you going to do? Even mayors. Like, you have some crazy people in your town. It's like, oh, just stay away from them. Like, you know.
Yeah, you just gotta I feel like just somehow put your foot down, you know, and make it known that, like, hey, this isn't okay. This isn't. And I think that's what's, like, good, and going back to, you know, shining the light. Jesus is shining through these dark times. And what I said on my post is, like, bro, there's NFL football players, like, they're giving out their testimonials post-game, you know, interview, pre-game interview. The Savannah Bananas, they pray before games and stuff. Like, they have they have Bible studies, Christian groups that they use, and in my eyes, and, you know, just going off of what my dad has always told me growing up, you got to put God first. Like, we got to put God first back into the country. I feel like, you know, he's not put first, man. He's not. People, I mean, like, I get it. I was very active as an athlete and stuff like that, but, like, I don't think, like, whenever we get into sports with Rocco, if we have a game on Sunday, I'm sorry, I'm missing the game, we're going to church. You know, I'm missing the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't care if it's a championship game.
Yeah. That
9-year-old championship game is not as important. It's not, man.
Yeah. I think, I mean, obviously, like you, I was very much like, hey, you got a baseball game, you got a football game, whatever it was. You made a commitment to your team, you're going to do it. But, like you're saying, if I'm going to make a commitment to God, it's game day. I need to be there. And I think that's
a good, that's really good.
And here's the funny thing, right? I said that, it came out of my mouth, and earlier today I went to church for the first time in how long? And I fully believe in God, right? I got a tattoo of it. Well, some people are like, oh, you got a tattoo of God. That's
I have a cross on my back too. So
okay. But I believe in God with my whole heart, right? Religion in general, I'm very skeptical of, because there's been a lot of corruption, there's been a lot of death with religion in the name of religion. Right. So I'm very skeptical of it. So I'm always thinking, well, I'm not going to go to church every week. I'm going to live as God, or not as God, like let God live through me. Right. My actions are going to stand for and part of me is still very much like that. And I guess I'm going back and forth in my head right now.
It's all right. I get it.
But, okay, so what I was going to say was, now I'm thinking, well, game day, Sunday, be there. But on the other end, where I'm very, not anti-going to church, but like, I don't think you need to go to church to be a true person of God, right? So now my game day is... And I just went back and forth again. But my game day in my head now is thinking, well, no, it's when you're tested. It's not when it's convenient. Right. It's not when, it's easier to. It's, hey, I have this hard decision and I'm being tested. It's game time. I need to show up for my team. And I think both are really interesting ways to look at it. Yeah. But I don't know what works for me.
Well, here's my thought. Not just Sunday's game day, every day's game day. Yeah. Because, people want to talk about, I'm depressed, I have so much anxiety, I have this, I have that. If you just, and I know it sounds so easy, right? But if, you kind of just give it over to God and, hey, man, I can't do this without you. Yeah. And then just wake up every day, kind of like you just said, and I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. If you just wake up every day and you work towards, whatever it is that you're passionate about, or, because those thoughts, your business, God put that into your head. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was your workings and stuff like that, but that thought process is God talking to you, and then you taking action on his thought process, and you probably love it.
I do.
Do you or do you not love your business?
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. And that's how God is, and it comes with a lot of struggle, and there's a lot of things where you're like, that was a good person, why? But that's also why it's called faith, because the things that you think of, why is this great person going through something so negative, and that's such a good, they're so good. Yeah. Why are they dealing with such a hard situation? It might be for somebody else that person is around. Let's say that person's a believer. Let's say they're battling cancer. Yeah. All right, let's say somebody close to you is battling cancer. And the only way for that person to help save their son or their daughter is for me to have cancer, and for me to continue to have faith in Jesus Christ and show that to everybody. Yeah. Show that to my son, show that to my daughter. Because without that, he's not getting saved. Yeah. Without Charlie Kirk dying the way that he died, you don't go to church. Yeah. This week, So God uses good people. Well, Charlie Kirk's also in heaven. Yeah. So even though it's so bad here, yeah, he's like, I don't gotta talk to those guys no more. You know what I mean? Like let me talk to the people that are like me and believers and so on and so forth. And I don't have to deal with the hatred of and the evil of the world anymore. Like, he's happy, you know? So like at the same time, I mean, he just works so different than the way that we think that he's supposed to work.
Yeah.
But that's the faith behind it, you know?
I've said this on the podcast, I don't know how many freaking times, but everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the saying that I've always, for as long as I can remember, I've said. But it links back to faith.
Yeah.
You don't have to understand why right now. You will eventually.
Yeah.
And maybe for you or me or Charlie, that eventually was heaven. Yep. It's like, oh, what was I busting my ass for? What was I standing up for this message for? Why was I talking to these people for? And then you get up there and you're like, oh, yeah, oh, that's it. You might not, in this flesh and blood life, you might not understand your why, but you had faith till the end, and that's what gets you there.
Yep.
And this is very, I mean, this whole general conversation is very off from my normal view on a lot of stuff, and might be contributed to, it's definitely contributed to the events that have been happening, but it's all stuff that I felt, I just haven't been able to articulate. And I think this terrible thing happening has brought a lot of clarity to me. Yeah. And like you said, Charlie Kirk doesn't die, I don't go to church. There are literally thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are going to church this week, to just this day, for maybe the first time ever. Yep. And that is mind-blowing. That is mind-blowing that his impact went from, well, I don't know if you know this fact. When he died, I want to say he had like 1 point something million. He's at like 10 million now. That's crazy. Like 4 days later. Yeah. And
yeah, I saw a bunch of like professional athletes were donating to the cause and everything like that. Yeah. For his kids' education and everything.
Yeah, make sure that man's family never has to worry about anything, because he had our backs. Yep. It's our turn to have his.
Absolutely.
And it's funny you bring that up, because that's another, I think it's another, I want to say touchy topic for me, is I see all these people, these athletes and stuff, doing such great things. And, I mean, a lot of them. You have a NFL athlete, they're younger than both of us most of the time, right? Yeah. What am I doing? What am I doing to not be in that situation where I can say, hey, Charlie, your family's fine, I got them.
Right.
I want that.
Yeah, 100%.
I want the people that I believe in to never have to worry, because I can cover it. And I'm not fucking there. And
keep
that,
going. Just keep going, bro. I get that. But like I said, it's before, in the conversation before the, getting on air and everything, it's all in God's timing, Yeah. It's all in His timing, and trust me, I want to be able to say, like, I always told my dad, it was funny whenever I applied for my lifeguarding job. Back whenever I was in high school, I told my dad, and I got the job. I didn't end up being a lifeguard. I ended up cutting grass instead. I made a lot more money doing that. But I told my dad that I was going to buy him a Mustang. You know what I mean? So like, I still want to buy my dad a Mustang. So I don't know if the Lord gives me enough time, we'll make it happen. But those things, like, that's cool to be able to say that you can do that. Like, oh, something happens inside my family, don't worry, I got your back. Yeah. But you're not doing anything wrong, bro. You're growing. Yeah. And so am I. And we're just taking, our steps are just not as quickly as some other guys, and that's okay, because in the end, like, a lot of those NFL guys, they go bankrupt. Not a lot, I don't know what the percentage is, but a lot of those guys that, they come out with millions and they don't got shit. Yeah. They don't got shit in the next, 10 years. So, like, having to acquire it the hard way, you know, even though it sucks, but, like, you're taking those daily steps. And, like, for me, it's been 8 years of like trying to grow Hurt Locker, and like I just went through a whole situation that I did not see coming, you know, and I thought like this was going to be like our punch through moment, which I still think it is, because I think those things needed to happen in order for me to have that punch through moment. It just wasn't my game plan. Again, it was God's game plan.
Yeah.
And at the time I saw it as like, this sucks. Like I just failed big time. What is going on? But very quickly I realized, and again, because of my faith, like, hey, take a deep breath. I'm here. I got you. Yeah. You know, it's just nice to be able to like know that he's there to lean on and help guide me. And now I'm realizing that, you know, after a couple weeks now of, you know, the failure happening, I'm like, oh shit. Like, oh shit, thank you. You know, thanks, man. Even if that's what he wants, you know, for me, and for my family and for the business, then great. But if not, then like, all right, I'm still just gonna show up tomorrow, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And whenever it's his time, it's his time. But like, I'm not gonna stop. I know if I don't stop, I can't lose. Yeah. You know what I mean? I know if I don't stop, I can't lose, because you can't lose whenever you got God on your side. You can't, you know? So I don't know if I just went off on a tangent right there, but that's what came to my head, and fucking my bad. I forget what we were even talking about.
No, I love it. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like hearing the timing part and the understanding part, like it's something I say a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't hear it a lot.
Right.
You know, I'm usually the one that's spitting it out there. So being able to hear it, and one of those things where it's like, I knew that. Why didn't I fucking think it?
Right.
It's like, I just needed to hear it.
Well, the one pastor that I started listening to, he was saying how like people will ask for something, and then like they get it, and they're like, oh, that was a coincidence.
Yeah.
Like, no, idiot. It wasn't. You know, that was God. That was God doing his thing. But it was just not in the way that you thought it was going to be. And that's kind of what I went through in a bunch of different ways, personally and business over the past 3 months, I'd say.
Yeah.
You know, went away for vacation. I was really excited to come back. A 2-week vacation, I was going to come back, and things were going to be like, all right, let's hit the road. Like I had a bunch of time to think and just sit down and do my thing. And this is the game plan that we're going to run whenever I come back, and we're going to run it, and it's going to be great. We're going to start making a lot of money, and we're going to start helping a lot of people, and then bang, you know, and it's just like, what just happened?
Yeah.
What just happened? That was not what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, this is coming up this soon, and what's going to happen? Like, and it's God working all things out.
Yeah.
You know? So definitely, bro, like, trust his patience, trust in his timing, because there's lessons that we need to learn through those hard times. There's things that there's a different vine that we're around a bunch of trees, you know, that's the branch that you got to grab on just to pull a little bit closer to that strong tree, you know, and just get 1 inch closer. And I think that's what faith is based off of, you know.
Yeah. Like it has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, Carlo, how far in are we?
43 minutes.
Okay. So we got a little bit more time yet. I don't want to rush anything.
Yeah.
I am going to throw some more logs on the fire.
Okay.
So, we're going to throw more logs on the fire right now. These logs are from Mo and Lisa. Be like Mo and Lisa and check the link in the description, and you can donate a log. I would appreciate you. Keep these fires and conversations going just a little bit longer. So Mo and Lisa, thank you very much. I appreciate you. We're going to give you this little guy and this big one. Hopefully this one fits. Oh. Might get a little smoky again.
That's all right.
It's blowing your way, so I figured it's a good time.
If I start crying again, guys, smoke.
Smoke for sure.
Remember.
For sure. Well, I want to ask you about the challenges you're referring to.
Yeah.
But if you're not opposed to it, I think I might save that for the bonus episode. Because I feel like that'll be a nice little switch up and kind of ease the conversation out.
Yeah.
But I want to get back. I want to talk about Charlie just a little bit more.
Okay.
And then I'd like to... This helicopter can fuck off. All right, the helicopter went away. We're back. I'd like to touch on Charlie one more time, and then I'd also like to talk about the Ukrainian girl, and to wrap up some other things that have been happening in the world.
Yeah.
What is one characteristic or belief that Charlie had that you want to embody?
Just his boldness, his courageousness. I mean, dude, it's me and you sitting here talking around a campfire, and like at the beginning of this, like I was nervous, you know what I mean? Like imagine having to go out and there's 2,000 people out there that like, some of them love you, some of them hate you and despise you, and like they obviously want you dead, but and for him to just go up there and do that, it's amazing. I feel like that I do it in a way with my business, you know, with like dedicating myself to being bold, opening up your own business, and like dedicating yourself to the grind and the daily work, kind of like he did. Like I could say that I relate there, but like just his boldness to be able to like speak the gospel is definitely what I like. That's what opened my eyes up throughout the whole thing. Yeah. Like I need to get closer. I know that you can always get close. You can never get close enough. Yeah. But I need to be a disciple now. It's time for me to open up and have these conversations. And then I just had a conversation with one of my clients Friday morning, and you know, we were having a conversation. She was talking about a lot of things that like, I can't do this, I can't do that, which like, in her situation, she literally like can't. Yeah. But I told her, I was like, listen, I'm hearing a lot of I can't, and I'm like, in my eyes, like, you just need to, like I was saying before, just put it all on him and quit trying to do it. Yeah. And just let him take control, and he's going to take his control, and he's going to do what he needs to do. So that's what I would, you know, say. Inspiration, you know, of, unfortunately, you know, his death was, dude, you need to be more bold. You need to open up more. You need to talk about Jesus. You need to bring people to Jesus. You need to plant the seed. I can't be the one to bring somebody, you know what I mean? But like I can plant the seed of, hey, like, what if you've tried all these other things? Yeah. What if you just tried this? Yeah. You know? And who knows? Maybe I sent her the video that I watched this morning on YouTube. And I don't go to church every Sunday. That's Rocco's bedtime. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and to be honest, like, he doesn't like the nursery that much. But I'm not going to let that stop me from not receiving the word. So I throw it on YouTube, and it works out great. Sometimes he comes down and he watches, like, he came down, it was the end of the podcast, or it was the end of the sermon, and he was sitting there he woke up from his nap, and he was sitting there watching it with me and Marissa. Yeah. I was like, this is amazing. That's so This is what my dad's talking about. Yeah. Put God first. So like, I need to be a disciple, man. I need to come out more. I need to talk about it. Like, we do the wake up workshop for our mental training, our mindset training. I like to call it. I don't like to use the word mental because I feel like that's just like tossed around way too much. Yeah, but you know, for my mindset training, I'm like, I want to show them. I think that it would be perfect for the young athletes to see this, but like, okay, what if I show this and then, you know, a kid goes home and he talks to mom and dad about like what they did at the wake up workshop, and they're like, oh, Christian played a sermon about God, and are like, oh, I'm not training with him. Then that's, you know, a client. Oh, I get you. Yeah, dude. You all right? that's a client gone, you know, but like at the end of the day, that client gone's probably less of a headache for me than what it needs to be.
Yeah.
So I think I actually am just making the decision right now that I'm going to show the kids that sermon.
Yeah.
Because I think it's important for them. Because it talked about mindset, you know, but it also talked the way that the pastor relates it to everyday life. Like he referenced, you know, Moses and stuff, and then he, you know, brought up Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, like he's relating it to what we're going through every day, you know, and the way that we live versus, you know, what the way they used to live back in the day.
Yeah.
And it was really cool, and I think it's important. It's an important message for the kids to hear that. And again, it's just planting a seed.
Yeah.
You know, they might not, like you might not, after this conversation, you might not, you know, walk away from here or go home and be the most religious person right away, but like who knows, maybe this conversation is just like planted a seed for you to get like, oh, what other pastors are out there, you know, because I mean you live in
fucking nowhere.
Yeah, bumfuck nowhere. So, but there are a lot of churches on the way up here, a lot of churches and a lot of roadkill.
Definitely not correlated.
Yeah. Circle of life, right?
Yeah.
But like just finding, you know, a pastor that you can relate to and somebody that, you know, is preaching the word, and I don't know, maybe that plants a seed for you to go find that person that you enjoy listening to, and like you grow closer, and all I had to do was have a quick conversation with you, like a 1 hour conversation, and unfortunately about somebody's death who was very, you know, spiritual and religious, and maybe that's what it took. I feel like that's what it's taking for a lot of people.
Yeah, I agree.
It needed to get so bad, Yard, that we were like, what, mind blown of like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
What is going on? This is so evil and corrupt.
Yeah.
And like COVID, bro. You know what I mean? And like, we won't get on that topic, but like, anybody that got a brain was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
They got a lot of control. They have a lot of control.
Very quickly.
And it was funny, me and Marissa were watching, or Rocco and Marissa, whenever I got home from my morning run, we're watching Bug's Life. I don't know if you've ever watched Bug's Life.
One ant stands up is no problem.
Yeah.
But all of the ants stand up. Big problem to have.
Big problem.
Yeah.
There's a lot more ants than there are government, bro. And if we stand up, and that's what Andy talks about, and that was like a lot of like the 10 years that he's been talking about, and I'm going to give him that plug because he deserves that plug. If you don't watch him, go watch the Real AF show by Andy Frisella. It's absolutely amazing.
We will link that in the description.
But man, like it needed to get so bad in order for people to see how bad it actually is.
Yeah.
And it's been going on, and they've been slowly doing it for many, many years.
Yeah.
It's slowly been happening for many, many years. Oh, well, here's a participation trophy. Oh, we're taking the Pledge of Allegiance out of school. It's been slowly, it's not all at once. It's just been a slow grind for them. Slowly or biting away, and then now it's just like, holy shit. We see it now.
Yeah, I think that's where they fucked up, is they thought we were a lot closer to accepting that than we were. And it's like, when the world gets to the point where no one can open up, or when anyone can open up their TikTok, this is how I found out, right?
That's how I found out.
Open up TikTok.
Yep.
Second video is the video
Bang.
of hitting getting shot.
Yep.
Fourth video, no exaggeration, was the girl getting stabbed. And then back to him getting shot was the rest of my feed. That was all I saw that day.
It's crazy. I don't even have TikTok.
Yeah,
I don't even have it.
It's not great. It's great for news.
Angel had to show it to me.
This was not the news that
I ask
wanted to
people.
get. Yeah.
I ask people about the news. I don't watch. I try to stay. I just hired a marketing team and spent a lot of money, but it's okay. It's going to be worth it in the long run. And why did I forget where I was going with that? Shit.
Well, basically,
What were we talking
I'm going to
about?
jump up real quick.
Yeah.
So basically what I was getting to was when that can happen and no one is upset, that is not the world I want to live in.
Right.
Like, I don't know Charlie Kirk. I've never met him in my life. Like I said, I've watched plenty of his videos now, and I've seen him throughout his career, but not like, I'm not like a go Charlie Kirk.
Right.
Like, if he was coming to town, I probably wouldn't have gone to see him.
Right.
I might have been curious about him, but not like, not like change my whole schedule, right? I feel like I lost a friend. Like, in my heart, I feel like I lost a close friend, and my soul has been aching since it's happened.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not the only one, which is great. Well, it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
It makes me feel better that I'm not the only one out here hurt for what makes no sense.
Right.
Because it gives me faith that there are people like me out there. But it's also, it's hard to see people not give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, not caring I can understand to a point. It's like, oh, it's just more news. But actively cheering for it is disgusting.
Yeah.
And
how many people though have you actually seen actively? Did you see a decent amount? I only saw like 2 or 3 clowns that were cheering for it.
So I probably saw like 4 or 5 videos firsthand where like I'm swiping and I found them.
Oh, okay.
But I also found a couple different, these fucking force flies flying around. I found a couple accounts who their whole thing right now is they're finding those videos and they're showing, like, they'll be like, here's this person, here's their username, here's this person, here's their username, here's this person, here's their username. And a lot of people are like going out and trying to get them fired for their stuff, which I'm very torn on. Because like, fuck those people on one side, but like also like, I don't know. But they're literally like, oh, well, he's a fascist is, whatever. Like I'm not even, my full understanding of fascist by definition is not there, so I'm not going to argue that one. But like,
don't really even
like he's racist. He breeds hate. He does this. He hates trans people. He hates gays. He hates whatever. And then it's like, oh, he hates trans people. And then there's a video of him talking to a trans student like, my goal for you is for you to be comfortable in your body. Yeah. I'm going to tell you that I'm going to tell you things that other people aren't going to tell you. It's like, I want you to be very careful about putting drugs into your body to change its makeup. I want you to be more comfortable being yourself. I want you to be better within yourself. Right. That doesn't look like someone who fucking hates trans people. That looks like someone who gives a fuck about every single person and wants the best for them. So that is, but I don't even know where I was going with that.
We do that a lot.
Yeah, we've been.
It's all right. We're just firing things out there, bro. Thought process, Yeah. And sometimes it's hard to come back to where we were before.
Yeah, we get too far.
We get so far into it that's like, what even made me start talking about that?
No.
But yeah, man, I think at the end of the day, Charlie Kirk served his purpose and is still serving his purpose even though he's not with us. And he's serving it so much more, unfortunately, dead than he did alive. Yeah. That's my whole take on it.
There is a lot of people, and I might get some heat for this one. There's a lot of people who are comparing Charlie Kirk to George Floyd. And the situations that they were, like how they lined up and the reactions and all that shit. I truly believe that Charlie Kirk's assassination is much closer to Martin Luther King's assassination than anything else that within recent memory. Yeah. And obviously, I mean, we weren't around for that. Right. But like, you have someone.
It's probably the same feeling that a lot of people had whenever whenever he was assassinated.
And I fully understand that now, and I hate that something like this has had to happen for it. In the part that does make me, I don't want the thing to happen, but it happened, and the part that makes me happy about the result is that it's not white people and black people. It's not just left and right. There are so many people from both sides that are coming together. Yeah. And that is beautiful. Yeah. Because that just shows we've made so much progress. And we're not being shown the progress as a country in any of it, in the race war, in the left and right war,
Right.
in any of it, it's all being shoved in our face like black hate white.
Yeah.
You know, gays hate straights, or straights hate gays, or whatever it is, and it's like, no, that's this way over here and this way over here. Those ones are
And
fighting.
they just shove it down our throat.
Everyone in here is fine. I can have, you know, I'm, for all intents and purposes, I'm conservative, right? Like, I'm moderate, I'm in the middle, but if a liberal sees me, they're gonna be like, no, you're conservative.
Right.
And then it's funny because I have some conservative friends who are like, no, you're liberal. I'm like, no, I'm not talking about, but whatever. But I have so many friends on both sides who can get along and care about each other. And that's what I want.
Yeah.
I want you to believe what I believe. I'm not going to fight you on it. I will fight for it if it's more like hardcore moral or like a violent thing. Like, I'm not going to get into a fist fight with you. But you try to fight my brother,
right?
I'm going to get into a fist fight with you.
Right.
But the morality is there, and people care, and people are good by nature. Yes, you're going to have your bad apples. Both sides have them. But to be able to see so many people come together and say, no, fuck this side, fuck that side, this was bad. That is at least a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
All right. Carla, what time are we at?
Hour and 1 minute.
All right. I think we're going to do, excuse me, our bonus episode is going to be a little bit longer because I think that conversation is going to be good also.
Cool.
I want to ask you one more question. We didn't get to touch on some of the stuff, but that'll definitely take us a lot longer. Are you ready for this?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know if you are, because I don't know if I'm ready to ask it.
Okay.
Charlie Kirk left behind a wife and 2 kids. And he has plenty of voice out there that they're going to get to grow up and see. So if this was your one chance to leave your kids with something to always have to look back on, and you better stick around for a long, long fucking time, for the record, but something that they have that they can be like, that's my dad. What would you like them to know?
So I wore this shirt today. It says, don't worry, pray. And I was in the bathroom. I was going to wear a Hurt Locker shirt, right? I'm going to rep my brand, right? That's my thing. I'm going to market my free marketing. Oh, everybody Hurt Locker. But I don't think that was the message that I wanted to get across today. I think the message was, you know, more spiritual for me, and it seems like it was a little bit for you. But if I was to, you know, say to my son, my daughters, if I ever have daughters in the future, my wife, soon-to-be wife, and anybody that's watching this, is don't worry, pray. Because I was in the bathroom. Marissa told me, I don't know if you can zoom in on this, but there's a stain on the back of my shirt. You see it?
Yeah.
She was like, babe, you know you got a stain on the back of your shirt. Said, I know, I saw that. I was going to put it back whenever I saw it. Mm-hmm. But then I thought about the message that I wanted to spread today. Everybody's stained. Everybody has problems. Everybody has, you know, challenges that they have to face. And those challenges will leave marks on you. They'll leave you stained. They'll leave you, you know, broken. Well, if you allow them to. But what I'm trying to get at is no matter how stained you are, don't worry, pray, because he's there asking for you to enter into his kingdom. Doesn't matter what you've done. And again, it sounds like I'm kind of contradicting myself because earlier I was saying, oh, he killed somebody, murder him. Yeah. Right? But again, there's morals and there's values and there's repercussions to the actions that we decide to take. And you're going to get stained. But if you can say, Father God, I'm a sinful human, and I cannot do this without your flesh flowing through my body, then I think that's the only way that we get out of this, man.
Yeah.
We get out of it, mentally as an individual, but then it's the same way that we get out of this as a country.
Yeah.
And I think, going back to what we've been talking about pretty much the whole time, I think all of these, reoccurrences of innocent people, bro. Like that Ukrainian girl was coming home from a work shift, supposedly, at a pizza shop. And she was stabbed and murdered. Like, even though we've come this far, I'm asking you for the forgiveness of our sins as a country, and let's start grabbing the vines and walking our way into the tree and being more rooted in Jesus Christ. So that would be what I have to leave the people with, is no matter how stained you can be, you can always pray, and He'll forgive.
I appreciate you.
Yep.
I don't normally at the end of the podcast we do a cheers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're okay with it,
Yeah.
I'd like to give you a hug.
Cool with
What
it.
else do you think? Hopefully we're in frame, because I didn't account for this when I
It's all right.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yep. Appreciate you too, Doug. Thanks for having me on the convo.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
It means a lot.
Campfire Convos. Check it out.
I want to talk to you a little bit more about your business, but we're going to do that in a bonus episode.
Sounds good.
If you guys would like to see that, come back next week. It'll be in between. This is going to screw up our posting schedule a little bit because, we had something, but I'm not going to wait to post this because I think more people need to see it, and it's going to make me feel better just getting it out there. So come back and, check the link in the description just in case there's a weird posting schedule. But that's all we got for this week. I love you guys. I pray for you guys. And until next time,